Hi guys, Matt, the DIY prepper here. And what I thought I'd do today is just kind of go over some of the hand tools that for some reason, every time I'm off and I don't have something to do, these are the things that wind up in my hands for one reason or another. And I spend a lot of time making the things that I need. Not because I don't want to buy them or anything like that, but just because, like I've said in the past, when you spend time messing with something and you put in effort for it, it makes a difference in how you take care of things. But you can't really do that without the tools to be able to do it. And as far as a homesteading or prepping aspect, you've really got to learn how to use these things now. And you'll be amazed at how wonderful they can be. Okay, let's start off with what I use the most. And that's hands down. This is my council tool, boys axe. Y'all have seen that plenty of times. There's nothing new about it. But I wind up using this thing for something all the time. See right there, I've got a blistering sharp edge on it. And man, this thing just gets used and used and used. After that, I make a lot of handles for things. I make handles for my files. I don't get fancy with it. I'm not an advanced woodworker or anything like that. But my Spokeshave, you can find these at antique malls. This is just the one I've got right now on the table. They run anywhere from, you can guess, from about $5 to $50. This is a new one. They don't hold an edge near as well as the older ones, but they do serve the purpose. And this one actually does reasonably well. I think they're like $20 when you buy them new. And if you don't have a Spokeshave, I recommend that you buy one. Start out buying an inexpensive one, then you can go back and look for a vintage, like a 151 or something like that. And it's amazing how useful they are. Just for shaving things down, they're an indispensable tool. I kind of view it, these three tools, along with a knife. I'm not going to discuss the knife because everybody has their own opinions on those. But this is a different levels of accuracy that I need to achieve. I use my axe and it knocks off huge chunks, gets rid of material super fast. Then I go to the drawknife. This belonged to my great-grandfather. It is a, what brand is it? Let's see, Focus, Bluegrass. I don't know anything about it really. I know I like it. It works and holds an edge really, really, really well. This is the next step in accuracy and final finish, and then comes the Spokeshave. I don't know, you could probably skip out on the Spokeshave, but these drawing knives are nice. Pick you one up. You can find them at antique malls, relatively inexpensive. By that I mean less than $20. But these three tools get used more than anything else. After that, I'm probably going to go with a handsaw, and I've got several handsaws. This is just one example. This one right here actually needs to be filed and sharpened. It still cuts. It cuts really well, and with it being so dull, it still cuts better than most brand new handsaws that you buy. I use that one a lot. And a hammer. Nothing special. This is my S-Wing. What can I say? They're good hammers. Buy it once, and if you wear one of these out, you've done something you shouldn't have been doing with a hammer. use a 4 in hand a lot, and I've got a whole bunch of these. I keep one in every vehicle, one in every bag. This is actually not a very good one, but what this is good for, let me show you on my axe. I've never seen a tool handle that came the way I like it. And a Spokeshave would do a really good job of thinning these down. But you've got to have something to get up here in these round areas and carve that out. I like to have a pretty decent butt swell on all my tool handles. And that's where this comes in. Good old bit and brace. You can, yes, I have a power drill. I use a power drill all the time. But this is about hand tools. And I like this. This will cut a better hole with vintage bits, a better quality hole in not a whole lot more time than your standard power drill. It's amazing how fast you can get this done, and not only with speed, but it just gives a whole lot better quality of work. So I do use that a lot. This was my grandfather's. Chisels, I need to buy some better chisels. I really do. These are not great chisels. However, they will take a stupid sharp edge. They don't hold it that well. You got to touch them up a lot. These are just, I think these came from Home Depot in a bulk pack. Irwin and the Stanley Sweetheart. Those are, I'd like to upgrade to those. These are working for me, and I have no reason to upgrade. I don't know, I'm cheap. I don't like buying things. Go to a yard sale, find you a couple good, solid, heavy-duty pairs of scissors or shears. This is just one pair. I've got dozens. Get some that are quality, vintage. I think I gave like $1 a piece for this, all the scissors that I own. And these right here are actually, even though they're small, see, hold them up to that. Try to get something for size here. Well, just my hand. These are relatively small, but I'm telling you, these can be used for pruning, all sorts of jobs. It's crazy what you can use these for. And this right here, I included this basically because this is a hand tool discussion, and I do use it a lot. This is a hook knife. Some people call them spoon knives. There's 1,000 different names. Crooked knife. The main thing that people purchase these for is so that they can, carve spoons and things of that sort. I don't use it for that though. This comes out more for, I don't know, I use it on handles, and there's just times whenever you need something with a curved blade, and I'm not that big of a spoon carver. I've carved a few, but to me that's boring, and once you've carved a few, that's all that I really need. But, however, I will say, extremely fun item to have. Less than $20. Less than $20. Everything on here is pretty affordable. Planes. These things are just fun to use. All my tool handles, they all come extremely fat. And I like a nice thin one. This is the fastest way for me to make that happen. Some people use a Spokeshave. This one is, I'm not sure what brand this one is. This one's not a Stanley. It was one of my great-grandfathers. And it works just fine. It's probably not quite the quality of the Stanleys and stuff. And those are on my list of things to buy every time I go to the store. And this one works just fine. It's got the original handles on it. You can see it's a little rusty. It's been used. It hasn't been sitting somewhere. Antiques are meant to be used, and those old guys would be rolling over in their graves if they saw what we did to antiques, and that's just put them on a shelf. But anyway, just a quick short video of the stuff that I use a lot, and I'm serious. Almost every time I have a day off, these tools, almost always this one, and this one, they all wind up in my hands in some way or another. The hammer, well, I'm always needing to bang around on something. I'm not going to explain what you use a hammer for. But go out and pick you up a set of tools, and we're going to do a homesteading, long-term prepping type hand tools video before long. And we're going to discuss all the things that you really need to get started. And that's the important thing, is we're talking about getting started. So that's coming up. We've got a sharpening video coming up. I'm going to try to do that tomorrow. I don't know if it'll get released tomorrow, but I'll try to film it tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but my wife had to run into town, and she took my I left my tripod in the back of the car. So that kind of put a cramp on that. Well, anyway, you guys have fun, and let me know what you think. What kind of hand tools do y'all use? This isn't extensive. There's more hand tools that I have. There's more hand tools that everybody else has. You know, screwdrivers, wrenches, all that other stuff. But I'm just talking about the things that wind up in my hands most of all. We're not talking about mechanic tools or things like that. You know, I could probably have included a pair of pliers or something on this. But anyway, you guys have fun. Until next time, be safe.